Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are doing the same thing we did last week. I today have another one-day convention that I am attending here in Vancouver, Canada. It is called Kawaiicon, and it is basically just a market and cosplay event for all of the nerds around here. If this is your first time on the channel, like I mentioned, hello, my name is Tuna. I am an illustrator and comic artist, and over the last year or so, I have been hitting the market scene super hard. My goal has been mostly to try as many markets as I possibly can to get a sense of which ones are worth returning to year after year, kind of optimize my time versus effort. This is my third event in 4 weeks, so I'm not really doing a ton of prep. I'm kind of coasting on the prep that I did in anticipation for this little run of markets, but here you'll just see me restocking the morning of Kawaiicon itself, just taking from my storage merchandise and refilling my portable merchandise. This is going to be sticker sheets, this is going to be prints, pins, etc. So this is the second year that Kawaiicon has ran. I did not attend last year as a vendor, but a bunch of people that I know did, and I heard really good things. I didn't want to take the plunge because it was the first year for the event and I was already busy enough. I would say one of my favorite things about this show is that it's actually run by Artist Alley people, which is not terribly common, but the thing about shows that are run by people who have been in Artist Alley or who are in Artist Alley is that they generally treat the vendors with a lot of respect and consideration, I would say. The cost for this table is on the lower end at 130 Canadian dollars for the one day on Saturday, and so the risk is pretty low. I am going to go ahead and get a ride there with my family and then probably take an Uber back at the end of the day just because I don't drive and obviously I have a lot of stuff with me, so taking the bus is not the best option. But these are just the expenses that we bump into when we do these kinds of markets, aren't they? Well, anyway, it's supposed to be literally the nicest day of the year, 2024, so far here in Vancouver, so I am very much looking forward to this event. Fingers crossed that nothing will go wrong and we will have a wonderful day together.
Stop eating cake.
Will this hold the door open? Yes, it will.
I don't know if I can squeeze through.
No, give it to me. So you go reload.
Yeah, I'll just. Yay! Thank you.
I was like, do you have everything? And it was like, some old man.
Ooh, BLT, yeah.
What was it?
It was a little bee.
Oh.
Dax will find it later.
Oh yeah.
Could have done without the mayo on the sandwich, but it'll live.
Not bad. DLCs always have mail. Are you videoing a game?
For your YouTube reel? Yeah.
Get on that grind. All right, hello, all set up, just in time, 11 a.m. Doors should open literally any second, and the only crisis that has occurred is that my square, like fancy square block reader seems to be dead. I didn't check it last night because I believed in the heart of the cards, and as usual, I was punished for that. But I come prepared. I have my old square tap reader, so there's basically no limitations between the two. I just can't print receipts, so today it will be, can I email you a receipt? Not can I print or email you a receipt. But so far everything is accounted for. The haul is looking gorgeous. I am not too sweaty like I was last time, and I'm excited for the day. Let's go. Yeah, do the rounds. I'm like, I will wait until later. End of the day.
I kind of already did it, like,
before. Yeah. One day show, easy peasy.
yeah. I'm sorry, I'm such a fan of your work.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
I watched your YouTube, I've been such a fan for years. Finally found you on Instagram, I was like, such an inspiration to me, actually.
I take it you're an artist as well? Good choice, thank you. Do you want a little baggie for it? I am literally a deceased man. Look at this fan art. I cannot believe how lucky I am to have people who want to draw me and give it to me as a gift. That is so cool. Thank you to Omega Mind for this amazing fan art. It's going to go up on my wall and I will treasure it forever. Look at Nori. Look at him. It's a mood, right?
It's every cat.
Yeah. I get home from a day out, the cat is like, I'm starving. I've wasted away while you were gone.
I can see the bottom of my food dish.
Yeah, right? I pushed all the food to the corner and now there's no food in my bowl. Absolutely, debit, credit, all good. And these are all sticker sheets here on the rack and on the table. And if you buy 3, you get the 4th one for free. You are also welcome to combine that with the prints on the rack. Yes. I'm helping. What are you talking about?
Helping, yes.
I mean, it'd be so hard to choose just one.
Right,
so.
right. Make it as easy as to get everything. Those cats are
Thank you. These ones.
Yeah.
This was my pandemic pet project. I wanted to make toys before the world ended, so I decided to design them. I work with my friend to do the 3D modeling, and then a small company in France cast them in resin for me.
Okay.
And then I do like the one-of-a-kind paint jobs, but I wanted to offer them as kits, so if people wanted to paint their own, they can do so.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the shirts, I have medium, extra large, and 2XL left. Yeah, the hungry tote bag. Oh, go with your gut. I totally get it. All right, and would you? It's a gift, so I'll leave it rolled up for you. Yep, perfect. Checking in. It's just after 3 o'clock now. I actually don't know how long that we're here for. I think it's 7 because we're loading out at 7, so it's probably 7. But that means we're halfway through the day. Things have been steady. I was gonna say slow and steady, but they've actually just been straight up steady, which is excellent. I wouldn't say I'm on my A game. I think I'm running at B or B+, which is not too bad. One thing that I have definitely noticed so far today is people are very budget conscious at this show, and I don't blame them. It's probably the responsible way to be at a event where everything is extremely cute. Especially when it comes to like the tote bags, which are priced at $30 at the shows. A lot of people are being turned off by that price. First of all, I have to pay over $10 a bag, so you gotta mark them up to where it's comfortable. And I do find that that also usually has to do with the type of audience at a show. So for this one, it's actually a really wide spread of like families with kids all the way up to grown adults like myself, with lots of people in that like late teen, early 20s phase. And let's be real, that's the brokest time of your life. So am I judging these people? Not even a little bit, but it is always interesting to get the data from show to show and figure out, why people are making the kinds of decisions that they make. What's done is done. Yeah. Thank you so much. A little baggie for them. All right. Yes, I can make change. Tuck that in there for you. Thank you so much. And $120 bill back. Thank you. Enjoy the stickers. Would you like a little bag at all?
I watched your YouTube video.
Oh my god. Thank you so much.
I didn't know that you would be here, so I was surprised.
I basically announced it right at the right at the end of the last video. I'm like, I can probably tell people where I'm going to be next. Well, yeah, you'll see this vlog later. Take care.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Can I grab?
For the sticker sheets, you can help yourself. Totally.
Grab these two.
Awesome.
And also can I grab the white calico pen too?
White calico. It comes to $35. You got cash?
I've got 40 if that's okay with you.
Break that for you. You're in the right place if you want to get pins. Get you $5 change. And before you run off, a business card.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show. So I'm the illustrator for both the graphic novels. This one's an all ages fantasy adventure. This one is a horror tragedy with more mature themes. So yeah, opposite ends of the spectrum. You're welcome to take a look. Thank you. Yeah, that's the one. Did you want to do cash or card today? Yeah, no problem. All right, everyone, hello. Welcome back to the apartment for the wrap-up section of the video. First of all, apologies for my extremely freelance chic appearance today. It is now the Thursday following the Saturday that Kawaiicon was, and I'll be totally honest, this week kind of disappeared on me. I feel like my productivity has been a little bit low, which is not great when you are a high achiever who packs your schedule like I do. I've been trying to cut back now, but I knew I had to connect with you, finish this video up, get it up for the weekend, and wrap up the Kawaiicon experience. I feel like my favorite clips in these videos are the ones where I can just film and capture myself interacting with the customers and people at the event. I think it's really fun to see what I can capture because otherwise it's just me talking directly to you and telling you about things. So I hope you enjoy being a salesman with me. I would say that my salesman Sona is only a little bit more animated than my usual character, much like the way that I can be in these videos. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, Kawaiicon is run by Artist Alley people. It's run by I would say people just like me, basically, with years of experience and a lot of information about what vendors and market goers are expecting from these kinds of events. And so with that in mind, the main thing that I want to say is everything went great. Kawaiicon was super fun. It was definitely an A+ experience. The organizers were very attentive. They gave us snacks. They brought volunteers to watch our table when we go to the bathroom. I think I cut this bit out of the video, but there was one part where I was rambling about the reason that I like doing markets is because here in Vancouver, there is much less of a competitor attitude than there might be in other parts of the world where markets are taking place. It's very much that we're all colleagues. We're literally all here to help each other out. If they are uplifted, then we are uplifted type thing. And I love that about the community here in Vancouver. The only downside, which is kind of growing pains sort of thing is that the last year, you might remember that I actually attended with, I think, Casey. There might be like a couple of clips in a random vlog from last summer where we went to Kawaiicon and it was absolutely packed. Like, we were shoulder to shoulder bumping into people walking around the room. It was really difficult to make purchases and take in everyone's table. And so based on that feedback, the organizers decided to expand into 2 different rooms in the same community center, which would not have been a problem. I feel that because the rooms are so close to each other, like, there wouldn't have been issues with people knowing to check out both rooms. But the experience in both rooms was very different. I was in the large main hall, which was, well ventilated. I was relatively close to the doors. There were no events going on in that area versus the other room, which was much smaller. The aisles were really slim, and the way that it worked out is because it's a cosplay and market event, all the cosplay stuff was happening in that smaller room. So there was a stage, people were trying to watch, they were blocking people's tables. There was arcade games, I think, so there was like noise constantly happening. And I am counting my blessings that I did not end up in that room, because I don't think I would have had anywhere near as positive an experience if that had happened. And I really feel for my friends who did end up in that room, and I hope that it didn't turn them off the event in general, because these things just happen. Sometimes there are factors out of your control, and because the organizers are so attentive, I'm sure that when they receive that feedback, they will just be like, let's just put the cosplay stuff in a room with like no vendors, because that's probably the best case scenario. I guess another downside is that I heard some people were experiencing theft off of their tables, and this is just within our Artist Alley Discord. People were reporting that stuff was going missing. I don't know if that's the case for me, but I do feel like I saw somebody walk away with some sticker sheets, and I was like not sure if they had bought them before and then brought their friends over and then were still holding them, or if they just walked away with the sticker sheets. I'm going to assume it was the former, because I don't want to assume people are blatantly stealing from me while I'm talking to them. But it is an occupational hazard, and if you are ever worried about people stealing stuff off your table, the best thing you can do is keep your very low cost items where people can touch them, and keep your higher cost items behind the table where you actually have to collect and give them the items. Like, that's for me the tote bags and the t-shirts. It would be pretty devastating to see that those were getting lost, but I can live with a couple of sticker sheets going missing. Please don't steal from me though, please. I would say that there were also some strange kind of customer interactions, not ones that I was able to catch on video, except for like the little kid who stood there and read the comic. Thankfully it was during kind of a slow period, and so she's just sitting there 10 minutes. Like, she couldn't have possibly read the whole thing, but she certainly flipped from front to back, and you know what? Fine, I'm not gonna stop you. Your parents off somewhere, you're probably safer just standing here in front of my table. I also got asked out on a date, which I'm embarrassed to say this isn't the first time that's happened at a convention. It was definitely awkward because if you've ever worked in like a customer service type position where you're interfacing with customers, you have your like, hello everybody, I'm friendly, like, please approach me kind of face going on, and I guess that can be misinterpreted as flirting. Basically what ended up happening was he was like complimenting my hair. Again, that happens a lot at markets because I have a bit of a look going on. We were chatting about whatever, and all of a sudden he's like, would you like to continue this conversation sometime in the future? And I'm like, huh? You wanna, what? You wanna take a business card? Cause I'm basically married. And to be fair, he took it very well. I'm a 31-year-old woman, and I still get uncomfortable when people ask me out, I guess. But good for him. I'm sure one of these days when he shoots his shot, it's gonna work out. But I know that what you're most curious about is probably how I did at the event, how the financials went over. So one of the most interesting things I wanted to mention is that the average sale here was 10 to 20% lower than my usual average sale, which is just to say usually it's like 25, and at this one it was a little over 20. I didn't really notice that in the transactions, but I suppose it's because usually at a market I'll have maybe 5 sales that are kind of inching up to $100, whereas at this one, no big sales went through. If you're new here, before I tell you my sales figures, I want you to remember that deducted from these gross sales, you always need to take out your cost expenses, such as the cost of the table, the rides to and from, any packaging I might have restocked in anticipation, and not to mention the cost of the merchandise itself, which does vary from 10 to 35 or 40% of the sales price. But my overall sales at this one-day event were just shy of $1,800, which is way better than I expected. Usually I anticipate to sell about $1,000 per day at a show. That's kind of like the target number that I don't want to dip under. And this time we were way over, so 2 thumbs up on that regard. This time around, it was about 60% card transactions and 30% cash sales, which is probably average at this point. And again, if you are a market person and you're like, should I bother getting a Square reader? Like 100%, please do. You're gonna miss out on so many sales if you have to reject card purchases. And if you recall at the beginning of the video, I didn't charge my Square terminal in advance of the market. And so like, basically I thought I still had charge, but I guess it had like not been turned off at the last one. So it was just draining battery the whole time and it was dead. But I always had my backup original Square tap reader. And so it was no problem, I could use that. But the thing about that is, because it's linked up to my phone here and I use my phone to record the majority of the footage for my videos, 2 things. The first thing is I would have to stop recording every single time somebody wanted to do a card transaction, which is the way that I used to do most of my vlogs before I bought this thing in like last October or November. But also, whenever anybody can't just tap and they have to actually insert their card and follow the instructions on the screen, it means I need to hand them my phone. Ugh, and then I was thinking about how dirty it was at the end of the day and I'm like, oh, I don't even have any like sanitizing wipes. So I really regretted that I hadn't charged my little thing, but fool me once, I won't be making that same mistake again. And overall, I am leaving this event with a smile on my face, and coming up now, I actually have a whole month off of markets, which after 3 over 4 weekends, plus getting sick in between that time, I definitely feel like I need this little break. Now, obviously, I have sold a lot of my merchandise, so it is now time to reinvest a lot of the money that I've made over the past month into buying new stock to go forward into the next events. I think I'm gonna focus mostly on reordering stuff that I already have versus trying to cram a ton of new merchandise. I do have a few ideas and we'll see how much I can get done in the next 30 days. Plus, realistically, I can really only do it in 7 days because I gotta place those orders so that they're arriving in time. Because after those 30 days are up, I am basically starting, I believe it's 5 or 6 over 7 weekends consecutively of doing markets. My first event of that cycle is Harumatsuri here in Vancouver, so please come find me April 20th, 420, me and all my cool peeps at the Nikkei Cultural Center in Burnaby. But between now and then, there won't be any con markets, so be prepared for slightly different content on the channel. I know that the con videos tend to be the ones that are resonating with people the best, but you know, I'm not a one-trick pony and I got a lot going on, so we're gonna share a little bit of all of that with you here. I think that's gonna be it for the Kawaiicon video though. Thank you so much for being with me here another week on the channel. Be sure to like and subscribe and join me in saying a big thank you to all of these people whose name you see here. These are my patrons over in my snack pack over on Patreon, and because this channel is not sponsored in any way, I am 100% relying on their generosity to keep me able to be making this content here for you. Some of these people are subscribed at just $1 to get access to digital downloads, podcasts, some extra videos, and some of them are subscribed at a $10 or $25 tier to get mailable rewards every month. This month we are doing a dinosaur theme. It is super fun, and I have just announced every once in a while in the Big Lunch Club over on Patreon, I'll send out a mini zine whenever I feel inspired or I have time to create one. This month is one of those. It is a dino zine. Everything you wanted to know about dinosaurs but were too afraid to ask. And there will be a digital download for all patrons of that. So if you are considering supporting the channel, supporting me and my art journey, now would be an amazing time to sign up by the end of the month. But I know we can't support every creator that we love online, so I just want to thank you for being here, for making it to the end of this video. Be sure to like if you haven't done so yet, and if you aren't subscribed and you literally made it to the end of this video, I think you might want to go ahead and press that button, because I will be back next Sunday with more content for you. Stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time.
Do you have something in there?
I don't think so.
If we say anything, it might stop.
Yay. Okay. I don't hate him. It does kind of remind me of Nori because it's so bad. If I took these 2 little ones out, it would have the puppet thing going. Have you tried lino recently? I'm sure you've done it before.
Yeah, I did in college. It was not for me.
Okay. But you can get some really cool like line work, and like it has the same sort of effect as this does.
Yeah. I really am enjoying the printmaking. I hated printmaking when I was in college, but this is like, this and the Pixel thing has really made me look at it a lot differently.
Why? What is it about it? Is it just because it's not drawing? So it's like, but it's still creative?
I wonder. I don't know. I think having restrictions is really helpful for me.
Oops.
Oh, the mouth is very.
It does look just like him.